Barrington Tops National Park, one of my favourite off-road mountain destinations. I've explored just about every inch of this park, but there is something about it that keeps making me want to return. When Outback Equipment invited me along for a trip, I couldn't say no. In this episode, we braved the wet mountain conditions, but like always, things on the tracks never seem to go to plan.
Crikey, mate, that's an intense bog hole.
That's brutal. Proudly supported by Outback Equipment, Tread, and in part by. It's a beautiful drive through this farmland and up these mountains here, up into the back way of Barrington Tops. Quite a late one today, about 5:30. Not raining at the moment, but fairly wet out here. I've had a bit of rain today, so hoping it's not too bad up there. A little bit of a different video this one. I'm away with a few others. A trip Outback Equipment has organised. So we got TJ behind me, TJ Jack behind me and his nav. We got Bree and her patrol with Nick from G-Works. We got Sean from Outback Equipment and his Ranger. We got Dad in the MUX. They're filming a trip. And so I'm just going to put together a little bit of video, film a bit of content while I'm out here too. Something a bit different, bit of a group, but a few new cars, a few new people. So we'll see how we go.
So my tyres are down. You up 40 PSI or 45?
Yeah, 45. That's how it works in the mud, mate.
That's how us YouTubers do it. Maximum PSI for best content, yeah?
Yeah.
We're up in the tops now. It's not raining at the moment, which is nice. We are trying to find camp basically. What is this? Oh, it's after 6:30.
I didn't realise you did yours too, TJ.
It's after 6:30. So basically hitting a trail. I know there's a few nice camps down along here, so we're gonna head to one of them and set up for the night, get a nice big fire going, hopefully juice. The majority of the trails in Barrington Tops I would classify as easy to moderate level of difficulty and can be completed by most four-wheel drives with a few basic mods. But if you know where to look, there are a few more tricky challenges here and there, and in my usual style I was keen to get us off to a good start with a couple of those harder challenges. The first one being a steep, rocky, rutted out drop down into a little mud hole. Now in my defence, I took us this way for good reason, as I knew there was a couple of beautiful camps down along here. A little bit of car bashing, knocking, banging, but we all managed to get down there safely. There was a couple more mud holes to navigate, and then we arrived at camp. We have found ourselves a camp spot for the night out in the back blocks of Barrington. A couple of Brumbies just run past as well, but yeah, we got a break in the weather. Quite nice out here. There's lots of nice camp spots once you come exploring and you know the area a bit.
So you can see Tyler and I, we've got a pretty similar setup here. Got the same tent, tray and canopy, and same car. It's pretty similar. What do you guys like better, white or black?
Ended up being a fair bit of rain last night, so still raining at the moment. We're also standing out here in the rain. We've mostly packed up camp. As I said, this is an outback equipment trip, so they're trying to film a fair bit of content. Doing a rig rundown on TJ Jack's nav at the moment. So he's over there with the whole camera crew, and then we're over here trying to fix Breeze Patrol, which got water in the airbox, so it's not running the best either. So we're trying to clean that out. So that's what's happening at the moment, and then we'll finish packing up. We'll hit the tracks out here and go for a bit of an explore. All packed up and out of there just after 10 o'clock. End up doing a rig run down of mine and Breeze as well, so end up being there a little while. Heading back out the track we came in on. And now I'm going to lead everyone this morning to this pine forest I know of. Not the main one, the first, but a lesser used and known one out here. A few backtracks. Hopefully we can get into it if it's not all overgrown. That's the plan, and we'll see how we go. Just had a little drive through this pine forest here. It's out Green Gap or something, but yeah, awesome little trail through. It's so cool in these big pines, and a lesser known one as well. Not as popular as the firs, so you sort of normally have the place to yourself out here. What do you reckon? Not a bad spot?
Yeah, the way these pines are all broken out of the bottom, it makes you feel like you're in a movie scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's excellent.
Anyways, that's the pine forest. I'll stop holding everyone up and we'll keep going. We continued navigating our way through the tracks. Next stop was an awesome little waterfall I knew of in the area.
Okay, we found a waterfall. Half an hour drive from the forest bit you saw, and we're here.
It goes all the way to Newcastle.
Alright, I might head down and have a closer look. Tyler, as per usual, the madman going in cold water. Always one in the group. I think Gary's going in for a dip as well. Bloody freezing. No way.
Next stop, lunch stop at Pole Blue Falls. But first, a swim, and oh boy is it going to be cold. I don't know if anyone else is going in, I'm probably the only one silly enough, but I do like to freshen up out the bush, so what better way to do it than up in the mountains on a cold rainy day. The water never warms up at Barrington Tops either, it's just freezing all year round. So good. Never ever in my life have I got out of a cold water swim and thought, oh damn, I wish I didn't do that. You always just feel 10 times better after, every time. The long-awaited nav versus nav trip has finally happened. And you know, it was interesting. I was just thinking, I got a nav, and then next minute TJ's got a nav. And then I got a tray and canopy. Next minute TJ's got a tray and canopy. I got a drifter rooftop tent. Next minute TJ's got one. What's going on there, mate?
It's a coincidence. Bloke just wants to pull up to lunch and make his sandwich, and then this guy turns up and outdoes me with his fancy crackers.
Luxury. I had to show up your packet of jats.
Yeah. Hard shapes and he's got his 5-star lunch going on.
Quick little stop in at the Firs, the old pine forest, and we're in the fog here because you are up pretty high in Barrington. You're heading up towards 1500 metres. Everyone wanted to get some photos and some footage of all the cars lined up, so we're just doing that, then we'll keep going. What do you think of your first time at Barrington Tops?
Cold.
Yeah, it is cold.
It's New South Wales people. It's been good.
Yeah.
Look at the area.
Yeah.
We don't have this up.
Yeah, I don't really have sort of mountains like this up in Queensland, do you?
Nah.
It's all more coastal and low-lying bush.
Way lower. I guess that's why we're up in the clouds right now.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks amazing.
Found a little hill climb here. Sounds like a few people are keen to have a crack at. My thought is it's going to be very, very slippery. I think Bree's up first in her twin lock patrol, but yeah, my feet are slipping all over this hill.
What are your thoughts, Bree? Difficulty level?
Yeah, it was just a bit fun. Why not? I mean, everything's pretty flat out here, so we've just got a track and hit it.
It's very, very slippery. As predicted, that hill is very, very, very slippery. So yeah, I think if Bree can't get up, then no one else is going to try because she's probably got the most capable vehicle, I'd say. The only way you're going to make this hill is to just absolutely launch it.
I know.
With Bree unsuccessful in navigating that hill climb, no one else was too worried about having a crack. By this point it was getting late in the day, so we actually headed off and found a camp. Half the group decided to hang there for the rest of the arvo, while myself, TJ and Dad were keen to have a crack at one more track for the day. We're off on a bit of a full drive adventure, so it's just Dad and the MUX up the back there. Jeez, I got a phone in front of me. TJ's come out as well, and then myself in the nav. So we left all the others back at camp, back at the Manning River campground, but out the back of that campground, you got a sick little four-wheel drive track, North Branch Road. We're just making our way along it now, but we have hit an obstacle here, but I think we can... You don't have a chainsaw, do you?
I don't know.
Nah, I think the only person with a chainsaw is back at camp. I've got a handsaw, I've got that big silky boy thing, so we can just chop the side of it, then we'll be able to squeeze around it. That's a fair cut. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's a big cut, eh?
Yeah.
Ah, where's the chainsaw?
I think we've cut enough off it. It should be right to squeeze through now. I'll be the test dummy and the bulldozer.
Oh, that line. Keep coming straight. Keep coming straight. Yeah, very good.
This will be a little bit different to what you're used to.
Yeah, it's way different actually.
Turn into a bush basher now.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be scratched.
You always got to show off and do it better than everyone else. Massive hole in the ground there that you do not want to fall in.
Yeah, go left hand down a little bit. Not much, yeah, come straight. stable, it's not moving. Yep, keep going. Just go straight. Right hand down a bit. Yep.
Lots of cool little obstacles on this track. So this one's kind of a very sloshy, slippery mud hole, rutted out, and you lean into the bank as you head round there. Been a bit of revving and roaring and fun through that one. Oop, we're out the other side in the freaking jungle. Yeah, it's very slippery in there.
Okay, this is the official Tyler Thompson stick depth test. Still concerning. It's a bit deep, and so this is the bad one, you reckon?
What do you reckon, mate?
You're in front of everyone, so if you want to do it.
So this is the deepish, very, very silty and sloppy one. So I'm going to go second gear low, put that rear locker in, and definitely get ready for a bit. And I might do my windows up. Just get into it.
Crikey, mate, that's an intense bog hole.
That's brutal. Woo! Might be a winch out on that one.
You definitely sent it. It's that hot.
A great bit of reverse, and it's a shame you didn't have a wind coming off that reverse effort.
The quicker I can get out of this mess, the better. Alright, coming up out. Don't let me down, Winch.
I put a snatchy on the front one, just have it ready so you can just grab it easy.
Yeah, well, you know what? I don't have any toe points on the back of this. There's nothing there. But we can have a quick. Oh, you don't have a winch, hey? You might have to let Dad through, and then he pull you out. And we're out. I think TJ's regretting coming on this track. The plan is Dad's going to go next because TJ does not have a winch on the front of his, so Dad's going to have a crack, and then he's at least got recovery points on the back of his to pull TJ out, whereas I don't have recovery points on the back of mine. So I manoeuvred around, and yeah, we'll see if we can drive it or winch it. What's your game plan?
Drive, do a bit of cog grabbing, diff lock, and give it a rev.
What do you reckon?
Oh yeah.
Year 9 and launch it?
Yeah, I'll go for that. See what we get.
Good luck. Oh, so close. So close.
Yeah, I thought maybe.
What's your plan? Winch now?
Yeah, winch.
Yeah. That's Dad through. He definitely got through further than me. I'm thinking like as each vehicle goes through, it pushes more of the sludge and cleans it out more and sort of creates that diff drag there too. Plus, obviously when you watch someone go through it first, you know, I went into it quite slow, not knowing what to expect, whereas Dad saw to just get ready to launch it. So TJ's up next, but he's currently stuck in the ruts here, where he let Dad past. Yeah, having fun here, mate.
Can't get out of the rut.
And what's behind you? You can't keep going backwards till you clear them?
No, it's all sharp stick.
So TJ managed to get himself stuck in the ruts before he even got to the bog hole. But with a little bit of help from the treads, we were able to get him up out of those ruts and back where he needed to be. Start coming forward. Keep going. Go. Yeah, that's it, stop there. Now, given that he'd already been stuck, he was keen to see if he could redeem himself in the bog hole and be the first one to make it through. What's your game plan, mate?
Well, what do you reckon? Just try and give a bit of speed.
Well, Dad nearly made it. I reckon it's getting better with each person, because each person pushes more sludge out.
Might make it, but I don't know, it's pretty hard.
So I reckon you know, put both lockers in. You got 2 lockers. And I reckon third but not third flat. Either second flat or third half.
I'll let it do its thing in low range.
Yeah, I think speed's what's going to get you out of the troubled area in the end, or you'll be stuck in the
middle there.
Ready for that?
Mate, bloody easy.
That front locker, I think. Well, I couldn't get out of the 10cm rut, but I made it through the bog hole. You can't pick it, eh?
Well, he drove that easy in the end, probably combination of front locker and yeah, we've definitely cleared the silt out of that hole. Like when I first came through, I just winched like a massive bloody pile of silt there in front of the bull bar that had buried it. But yeah, TJ definitely sits higher too, which probably be an advantage for him. Front locker higher and maybe a bit of that silt gone, maybe a whole heap of excuses by me, maybe just a better driver. One or the other. You wouldn't believe it, we actually have some sunshine out here, which is amazing. I think we're through all the worst of the obstacles. It's just still very wet and slushy and slippery out here, so we're just trying to get through it all and make our way back down to camp. We told the hours would be about an hour, and I think it's coming up towards 2 hours already.
Alright, we're so close, guys, and then bloody world's biggest tree straight over.
Come across quite a big tree across the track with no chainsaws, definitely can't cut it, so we're thinking going to put the winch on it and see if we can drag it to the side and then drive around it. As always, the go with these tracks is a big log across it somewhere near the end. Tried to move that log, but it was just dragging the car instead of the log. And then we could start like anchoring vehicles and hooking up multiple winches and that. It'd be good if we had a chainsaw. But there is another track just back there that shoots out as well. So we're going to give that a go and hopefully just get out that way rather than like this could take ages. We're out of that track, which we were happy about because it's coming up 7 o'clock. We're getting hungry and keen to set up camp. Nice little creek crossing before we get back to camp, just to wash some of the mud off underneath these vehicles so we're not sitting on that all night. And then we'll head to camp now. Back at camp, the car is a bloody disgrace now. It's going to need a good wash when I get home. The guys have already set up camp there. Dad and I sort of came this area here because it was a bit flat, whereas down here is all sort of angled and off canvas. We didn't want to camp there. But I'll set up and probably cook some dinner. My clutch felt a bit weird after that mud hole.
Yeah, that wasn't a kind mud run.
No.
No. No, that's not car polishing.
No. It was just that one mud bit. And I copped it the worst because I was in there.
Yeah,
like back and forth.
You had sludge. Your front end was sitting hidden in mud like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I copped it.
Trying to push it.
I copped it the worst.
Yeah, it was operating like a dozer blade.
What are we talking? 8 degrees.
I don't think it's too bad.
10 degrees.
You can't run at 3 degrees, but...
I can do cold water when the air's hot, but the air's actually cold and I'm not acclimatised.
It's cold. Get it! Lumber! Jack!
To be fair, he just cut all that timber flawlessly.
Caught the worst moment. See, that's when I make my own videos, I just cut out all the bad ones and I just look like a professional. I pick 10 good swings.
I'll do it for you too.
There you go.
Just use that. First attempt.
Mate, we've all seen your fire lighting attempt.
We'll hide this.
Look at this, I'll come back 10 minutes later.
Yeah, I dried everything out on the ground.
We were out wheeling for 3 hours and all we wanted was a fire. But no, Tyler had to build it when we got back.
It was good to be relaxing here at camp. Had a swim, freshened up, feel way better as per usual. There'll have to be new merch soon. Had a swim, feel fresh. Refreshed after swim, something like that. Going to cook a bit of dinner now. Just going to do a pasta stir fry, packet of pasta, got a roasted garlic and tomato stir through, got some diced tomatoes if I want to make it a bit more saucy, can of chickpeas, I've got a halloumi which I'm going to fry up first, and then I've got some veggies. Squeeze down there so you can see me. Got that halloumi cooked up, frying up these veggies now. Carrot, capsicum in, mushrooms next. Red cabbage, some broccoli. Bit of zucchini fresh out of Dad's garden. Worked out I need a bigger frying pan / I'm only cooking for myself, so I need to chill out a bit here. I've got an insane amount of food. Leftover stir fry for the next week. Chickpeas. Add in our sauce. Gonna put these diced tomatoes in too. Put chunks of this halloumi back in. Can barely stir it at this point, there's that much food in there. And some cashews as well. Holy dooly, there's a lot there. Put the lid on that, if I can fit. Not really. Boil this water to cook this pasta, and then it'll be ready. It's nearly 9 o'clock, so I'm getting bloody hungry, and it's actually starting to rain a bit, which is kind of annoying. Pasta's ready. Whack some of that in. Some of our monster stir fry. Pepper. Salt. It's late, but my dinner is finally ready. Gonna go sit by the fire by the fire with everyone and enjoy it. So I'll see you, everyone over there. I'll see people watching this video in the morning.
Back the next day. It was pretty nice at camp last night. Still a bit of rain around this morning. Packed up and we've come down to Gummy Falls. Just brought everyone down to see that, which is awesome waterfall. Then the plan today is to do another track or two and sort of make our way out of here. Beautiful out here in the tops, just a beautiful rainforest and bush area. Heaps of these nice little river crossings and that around. So this is the final track we're doing. We'll drop down across the river and then we head back up out the other side, which is a bit slippery and rutted out from memory. Sounded like it maybe. The rear passenger. Another one of my awesome tracks, mate. Oh, mud. It is so slippery, isn't it?
At least it's not mud pits, it's just slippery ruts.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if it will be right or not.
First hill climb up out of that creek, first set of ruts in the highways didn't go too well. Popped a bead, just trying to give it a bit to get up there. It's only, you know, small all-terrain tyres, so just sort of belling out, doesn't have much traction or clearance, but we sort of popped the bead back on a bit. I think it's still leaking slightly, but it's holding air. See how he goes this time. He made it. I'm going to try a bit steadier so I'm not just launching it. No, I'll need a bit more momentum. Need the patrol.
Oh, you turn into one of them guys on the patrol.
Tyler, next time you do it, just give it a bit of a crack, will you? Try harder next time.
Yeah, try a bit harder. Have a real go.
Just do better, mate.
Yeah.
Pretty disappointed. I don't think you're getting it.
I don't think so either. That's very slippery. The hill was just too slippery for the nav and it was bellying out on those ruts in numerous places, which meant I kept losing that speed and momentum. So I was out with the winch to help me up the rest of the hill. So that was me up. I did just have to winch a couple of times. It's so slippery and I was just belling out. You can see the nav dragging it the whole way along. My nav seems to sit pretty low now. Like with all the weight on it, it's quite down. It just seems to drag on a lot of things. And that was Bree in the Patrol. Made it look nice and easy. Also worked out she has 37, so 37s on a twin locked solid axle vehicle up through that. You know, that's the vehicle for doing this sort of stuff. TJ's up next. He's got slightly bigger tyres. He's got the twin lockers. You know, see what happens. Hopefully he drives it too. Looks like it's official, TJ. You got the better nav. See, you just got way more clearance than me. You cleared the whole way. I dragged the whole way.
Yeah, I reckon it's the front locker. I keep saying it.
Front locker. I need to get a front locker.
Yeah, mate, you'll be shocked. Like,
yeah.
It's so different.
But yeah, I can front locker and like see where mine dragged the whole way.
Yeah.
You cleared that. You never touched once.
No, you cleaned it for me.
There goes two. There goes another bead on the Ranger. Everyone needs to start getting bead looks. Didn't worry about filming them getting Sean's tyre back on. They managed to back him down out of that hill onto a flatter spot and then change to his spare that I'm just about to take off again and try to get up the rest of this track. I think that's the worst section, and then Sean and Dad are going to go back around because Dad was right at the back, so he'll go back around with Sean, so they're together, meet us at the top of this track, and us 4 vehicles will, yeah, try to get up the rest. We've got about 30 metres, and then the Hilux did the opposite tyre, the rear drivers this time. So seems to be the day for doing tyres. Currently trying to change that, and then we'll keep going. Might get out of here by midnight if we're lucky. A little bit of mucking around and we managed to get that bead back on the Hilux, and we continued up the rest of the track, hoping we wouldn't have any more issues, but the track still had one more little surprise for us. My thought is you need a pull. You're too big a hole and you're going to bury that tray trying to go backwards. So might tell Bree. We are moving again. We're definitely nearly out of this track. Started pouring down rain. TJ fell in this rut here, so TJ doesn't have a winch, so Bree's going to try and pull him up out of that now. Your front locker would have kept you going then, Bree, it wasn't him. How's this for a bloody view? These spectacular mountains all around us, and the sun's out too. We made up out of that track, and then we're doing a lesser known track out of the tops because you still got to go out that back way because that main road's still landslide disaster. Hopefully they fix that soon. It's been like 18 months, so yeah, long way out, but we are on our way out. Awesome couple of days away. Hopefully everyone enjoyed the video. I'll finish it up there. So we're going home tonight and clean up a bit, and I think tomorrow we're heading in the Port Macquarie area to do some harder local tracks, but I might take the Patrol on that one because I feel like I've already given the nav a fair workout. But then I thought, well, then I got to clean 2 4-wheel drives, but probably still take the Patrol anyway. So I'd say I'll film that day drive too. Alright, time to head home. What did you think? Good couple of days away?
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, we had an excellent time.
Fear here. You ain't giving this all, you steer clear. Never beat, I've been down and I'm
Beautiful drive.
Boom, 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 boom.
There ain't no butter knife.
Lots of cool little spot of them. Back the next day. It was a pretty nice camp, but heaps of nice of these. Heaps. Dum 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 dum.
They said I couldn't have, get the 10. I got a vision for the things you ain't believe. And here's the motto, hard work, this over everything. It's that comeback. I'm calling plays, hit the pass, then the run back.